Hey, what's up, gamers? Me, Who the Gamer, and welcome back to another Genshin Pack tier list. I know the last one I did was with friends, and it was like a kind of a battle one, but this one is for like who I think is strong to not strong at all. Haven't done those in a while. I don't think I've done it since Tignari first got introduced. And then it's also a tier list of who I like to who I don't like the most. Left going from strongest and to right is the weakest of that list or of that tier. And then for the love and despise, it's from left they're my favorite to right they're my least favorite out of this the tier they're in. So yeah, but without further ado, let's get started. Now we gotta real quick pull up the stream on my phone so I can see if someone's like texting or something in chat. Remember, this is just my opinion on who is strong and who isn't, and then who is my favorite and who's not my favorite. Some of you might be biased, be like, "Oh, that person should be there. That person should be there." I'm not really gonna be biased in this tier list. I'm just gonna be basing it off my experience a little bit, but also what the kind of the community thinks, as well as my opinion on what is what. So without further ado, let's just get the travelers out of the way. So strong wise, Lumine is actually the stronger one. So it'd go like that. But if you're more of a adventurer, then it's Aether. But I'm basing it off who's strong and who's weak. So Lumine is stronger than Aether, so you'd pick Lumine if you want to be the stronger type. Up next is Albedo. I think he's also B tier, but I do think he is stronger than the Travelers. In a way. I'm going to be basing this off of C0, so yeah, don't expect me like, oh, this person's up here because of their constellation. No. Because our next person is Amber, and sadly, even though I love Amber, I have her C6, I have to put Amber in D tier, sadly. If it was based off constellation, I'd have to put her in B tier. But besides that, yeah, no, this is based off no constellation, so she's down to D. Also, High Corrupted. Up next is Ayaka, which I think she deserves to be A tier. And actually, give me one moment. I need to go add something real quick. And okay, I just had to add the top 10 best characters in the game because I just feel like there should be a spot just for them. But yeah, if I had to put Ayaka, she would definitely be on the high A, so she'll definitely be closer to the left side than she will be on the right. I think she really is strong. She could also possibly, depending on who's in the S tier, I might put her in S tier, but that depends on who I think is going to be in it. I might swap it around in the middle of all this, being like, actually, no, I changed my mind. I want that person to be there because I think they're stronger, actually. But yeah, without further ado, our next person is Barbara. I think she is D tier. Actually, there's gonna be a lot of healers that are gonna be in the D tier. She's not the worst healer, but she ain't the best at C0. C6 is where she needs to be at, but like I said, this is based off C0. Because if this was based off Constellation, these two would not be in D tier. Let me tell you. But this is C0, so she's in D tier because she's not the strongest out of most people, and she is a healer, so she's not a DPS related. But there are some worthy candidates to be a stronger healer at least, and better than Barbara at C0. But up next is Beto, and I do think she is a B tier, but she's definitely going to go moving down this list more as there's more to continue in the B tier. So, yeah, I definitely think she deserves to be in B tier because she can be really strong if you build her correctly. I think you could build her as a physical, which is pretty cool, but Electro is also the main way to go as her, so it depends on your playstyle, whether you want physical or just like Electro DPS Beto. Up next is Bennett, and automatically one of the top 10 best characters in the game. Probably the best healer in the game. Actually, yeah, the best healer in the game by far, and definitely the second strongest. Again, you should already know the top 3 at least, maybe top 4. So Bennett is definitely one of the strongest characters in the game. It was and will always probably be the number 2 for a very long time. Probably until we get to Nadalin or Snezhnaya, because I don't feel like Fontaine will have that strong of characters. Maybe. I could be wrong. There could be someone that could replace Bennett at any point, but so far Bennett is still at the number 2 spot at least, the silver. I could be proud to say that Bennett is definitely a top 10 character. Chongyun. He definitely is a good character. A cryo DPS though, or a cryo support. He could also apparently be built as a physical DPS, which is so weird to finally hear that after 2 years of playing the game. Which I never knew Chongyun could be built as a physical DPS. Even though I know people can be built as DPSs, I didn't know he was mainly a physical DPS though. Which is so weird to hear. But I think he is definitely a B tier, stronger than Albedo, Travelers, and Beto, because he can apply cryo damage to your weapon, which is really cool. And then his thing just is more strong in a way. So yeah, that's where I would put him at least. Some characters I might skip details because you should already know why they're in their specific spot. Plus, I could barely breathe most of the time, so I'm trying to keep like my breathing out of control. So, yeah. Diluc. Some people might be like, oh, he should be like C or B. Like he's not strong at all. In my opinion, I actually do think after playing him now from time to time, he's actually going to be low A, lower than Ayaka. Ayaka will always stay on the top, but Diluc would definitely be moving down the list a bit more. Might move down to B, depending on who's where and what. But I really do think Diluc is an A tier because, sure, his fighting style is slow, but he's a big hitter. Like, yeah, one time I didn't have him fully built, and he almost one-shot a few things, and then I looked at his stuff, and I was like, doesn't have his right weapon and didn't have any artifacts, and I was just like, damn, okay, good to know. Next is Diona, which I think is also an A tier because, yeah, she's a decently good healer. She has a shield built into her, which I think is really neat to have. A shield that can protect you for at least a few hits or something. And then her healing pad, though, is what makes her lower than Diluc, because her ult, her healing pad, she throws it at the bad guys, and you have to go running at the bad guys even though you're in red. You have to pray that you get into the green before it's too late. So yeah, it sucks. Okay, next is Fischl. She'll be in the top 10 for a while. I don't know how long. She might actually just stay in it for the entire time. But she'll be moving down that list. The second I see that she's no longer on the top 10, like I see 11 people on the list, she's moving down to S. She's a really, like, it's only because of Oz. That's the reason why she's an S tier, or like a top 10 character. But without Oz, she would be nothing really. Nothing too special, but Oz is what makes her really strong and a really good support as well, especially for the team. But yeah, that's where I would put Fischl, at least, as the top 10 characters. Alright, Ganyu. You already should know she's tied at third and fourth with Hu Tao, which I will also put up here. But I think Hu Tao's stronger than Ganyu, because lately they've been pushing aside Ganyu, and I've just not been seeing a lot of people play Ganyu as often as anymore. And she doesn't seem that strong nowadays. And looking at Hu Tao looks a bit stronger, especially like a free-to-play account. She's definitely the strongest. And I'm not being biased. I just think Hu Tao is stronger than Ganyu because Pyros are just superior in every way, shape, or form, except for Amber. So, yeah. It's fine, G-Rock. Just don't want to mention it for a while. But yeah, that's where I think those two should go, is like the third and fourth. Those two are definitely going to be staying in the top, like 3 to 4 characters. There's nobody higher than them that I can see, at least, from all these characters. Okay, Jean. Jean, I actually do think is a top 10 character. I've never played her. I don't have her, but I see a lot of people using her, and she's definitely really strong. On the offhand, she could also be weaker than Fischl, but I'm not uncertain about that. But she is definitely like the second strongest healer in the game, next to Bennett. Like, those two are definitely strong, but Bennett just overpowers her by a lot. Because, sure, Jean can heal better, but Bennett can heal and increase attack at the same time. Which, yeah, they kind of counter each other. And plus, his energy recharge is impeccable, so, you know, with a sacrificial sword, he's just really, really, really strong. Like, a sacrificial sword is a weak weapon, but it's super strong on Bennett because of his energy recharge. And his HP on top of that, so it's just like, yeah, he's strong. Stronger than Jean, I would say. Next is Kaya, which I think he definitely deserves in the B tier. The highest so far. I don't know if he's going to stay at the highest, but he's definitely high on the B tier because he's a physical DPS, and yeah, I just think he's really strong, especially in the beginning. And if you keep playing as him as long as possible with getting like no constellations, leveling him up to 90, getting his talents to like almost 3 crown, dude would be insane. But I've seen some people with C6 Kayas and it's just like, oh god, they're monsters. Meaning they're like super overpowered, and I'm just like, oh god. But yeah, no, but C0 Kaya is really strong in general still. I've had a C0 Kaya for the longest time. I just got a C1 like a few months ago. Not even a year ago. I've been playing the game for 2.5 years. But yeah, so I would think Kaya is a B tier because he's decently strong, especially for newer players, because he's a free character you can automatically get. And everyone immediately aims to get or start playing as him more because he's the strongest out of the team. But yeah, so that's where I would put him. Keqing. Keqing. I think I'm going to put her in A for now. She'll definitely be moving down that list. Might move down to B, but I think Keqing is definitely strong in her own ways. Physical Keqing, she's okay, but Electro Keqing, the best Keqing by far. And plus, I love her playstyle, and I just think she's really strong. Because that playstyle is just like, oh, you like do the like ninja back and forth thing, making clones of yourself, and then when you're done with it, it blows up. And I'm just like, ooh, that's strong in my opinion. Yeah, that's where I would put her. Klee, I have a Klee. She's level 60, but I don't play much of her, which I should start playing more of these characters to see more of them, because I don't see anyone playing most of these people because they just hate their playstyle or they just hate the character in general. But in my opinion, I think Klee's an A tier for now. I don't know if it's going to change or not, but yeah, no, I think Klee is an A tier because Like any enemy that steps on her bombs, it instantly blows up in their face, which is really good. Compare that with other animo, like with animo characters, it just makes it even better, I would say. But yeah, so Clea I think is decently strong. She might actually move. Actually, on second thought, she's decently strong, but she's not. Yeah, looking at it now, I think she's a B tier. I think she's gonna go lower down though as well. So that's the sad part in the future. But yeah, Clee's decently strong, like especially for the character she is. That's where I would say I would put her. Next is Lisa. I actually started liking Lisa a bit, but that's not my love or despise one yet. This is just based off how strong and weak they are. I think Lisa deserves a C. I think Lisa is definitely a C tier character. I think she deserves it a little bit. Most people don't like her because, yeah, they're just her character, but her playstyle is actually really good. I started playing her a bit more, and actually, she is stronger than I thought she was. So, yeah, I thought she was about like where Amber is, and I was just like, yeah, no, I don't like her. Blah, blah, blah. Now I'm like surpassing that, and I'm just like, yeah, no, this is based off playstyle, and yeah, I really like it. So, yeah. Next is Mona. Mona the Magistus. I think she goes here. She's not strong, but she is also not the weakest. Like her skill is a taunt, meaning the bad guys will get attracted to it, and it swirls up hydro damage. Then her ult basically, depending on the enemy, she can choke them and make them stuck in place while you just attack with them. Or attack them while they're in that frozen status. And it does double the damage too, if it's not a hydro character that you're fighting with, really, which I find interesting. That's why my Hu Tao paired up with Mona is actually really strong now. So, but yeah, I would definitely say she's a B tier. Ningguang, I I have to say she's a mid, like definitely mid. She's decently good. Her skill is definitely dependable. Being like, what I mean by that is that it has the enemy you have to fight for it to work. It has to have like an enemy that shoots missiles or something, which is so rare. So most of the time, her skill does not work. Her ult's really good because it auto aims on the enemies, and so does her normal attack, which I find interesting. And then it just does shield and stuff like that. Like, I don't know. But yeah, I would say she's mid, like B tier, but in the middle of B tier as well, so she's mid. But she might move up or down depending on other people, so. Next is Noelle. Noelle is definitely a unique character in some sort of way, but she's still, like, at C0, one of the weaker healers, because again, you have to attack. So you have to put up her shield, then use it, and then you have to spin to get extra damage and get more health back because she's a healer. So that's what her downfall is. You kind of have to go in a circle and hit the enemies in the circle, like holding down the attack button so she could circle around. And her ult just kind of helps it a little bit, but not by a lot. So I would say she's definitely one of the weaker healers because of that. But anyways, moving on, we have our lovely Chi-Chi. Not being biased, but I do think Chi-Chi deserves a C tier. People keep putting her in D tier, which I don't get, because her fighting style is actually really good. And the fact that she's a healer and you attack with her, she's really strong because she's meant to be a DPS, is what they're telling you. But most people use Maiden's Beloved on her, which most of the time, yeah, for healers, yeah, if you want to make them a full healer, that's fine. But it mainly says get attack stats, meaning get like gladiators or Shinanawas on her, and then, or you can make her a physical DPS instead, and just make it where she just does a lot of damage and she'll get that stuff right back up. So, yeah. I think Chi-Chi's definitely a C tier. I don't think she's a D tier at all compared to what everyone keeps saying. I think she really is a strong character and like definitely an underrated one too at best. Because people always say she's a D tier, but I'm just like, I don't think so. I think she's really strong. And I have her C0 too, and that's saying a lot. She's level 80, C0. Did I say C2? I meant to say Z0. With her talents only being 666. I know, crazy, right? And I use either the black sword from Battle Pass for crit rate, or Aquila of Livonia for like the physical version for Chi-Chi. Which those two swords I think are the best for her, because if you want to make her a DPS, those are the main swords I would say to go for. But for like if you want to make her a healer, Sacrificial or Favonia's sword would be probably the best for energy recharge wise. Alright, next is Razor. I love Razor, but I think he is definitely a low, kind of low B-ish. Not the lowest, but low B-ish. Razor's meant to be a physical DPS. Could be electro DPS, but physical is the way to go. He's decently strong, stronger than most characters. Like, in the beginning, he was definitely probably an S tier character. But because his more kept coming, he just kept going more and more down the list. So now he's just like a low B. Yeah, I'm not being biased, like I said. I'm being honest. And I love Razor. Razor was one of my mains, and I would, if I was being biased, he'd be an S tier top 10 characters. But it's not that, so. Next is Sucrose, which I think she's also an A tier character. Actually, let's move her up there. Because her swirl, though, ooh, her skill, ooh, that just makes me love her so much. Swirls up any element. And then her ult, her burst, ooh, it feels great when using her burst. And then you just use normal attack after the burst, and or the skill right after the burst, and ooh, it just feels great to just hit those enemies with full animal attack with whatever elements combined with. It's just so satisfying to see those numbers specifically. She's supposed to be a support too. That's what even makes it crazier. She can do a lot of damage, but she's meant to be just a support. So making her a DPS just makes her like a literal monster, and I'm just like, man, they make their animo characters really good in this game. Like, that's why there's like not that many animo characters, because they know their animo characters were just top tier. Nothing can really beat them. Yeah, moving on. Next we have Tartaglia or Child, which I think he kind of needs to go here. Not being biased, like I said, but he is really decently strong in the right hands. But, my Child's not that strong in a way, but he's not the weakest, so I could definitely say he's pretty good. I definitely say he'd be a high A to mid tier and A tier. It depends on who else is there, but I would say he's definitely there because just the way he can switch from to a long range to close range attacks, and they just swirl up to hydro damage, which is really good. But yeah, I would definitely put him in A tier at least. Next is Fenty the Bard. I would have to put him here. I think he's definitely one of the best supports in the game. Definitely the way I build him. Ooh, my god, he's a monster. Ooh. But in general, he's already strong enough. The way that his skill can sometimes swirl up the enemies in the air, but he gets particles really fast as well. But then when he uses his burst slash ult, ooh, it just throws up all those enemies into it, and it's just so satisfying to see them bounce up and down in every like split 0.1 second. Uh, they all take like almost up to 1,000 damage each per second, which I'm just like, ooh, that's so nice and clean. But yeah, I would say Venti is definitely there. Next is a Zhengling, which I think she kind of deserves to be higher than Fischl. Okay, how many do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, only spots for 3 more. So yeah, Fischl does not look good for her. Not at all. But Zhengling deserves to be in top 10. For now, she might go to S, but she's really strong with her Guoba, and then her ult, like, staying for like 10 seconds with pyro damage swirling around them. Combining that with any element that can be combined with pyro is just so good. Like, ooh. And then her Guoba also doing things, and then spitting out a chili pepper to increase your attack on top of that just feels great to do. But yeah, I would definitely just leave her there for a bit, see what happens. Zhao definitely deserves an S to be in the top 10 characters. Oh my gosh, he was one of my first 5 stars, and I didn't even know this, but people were like telling me he's one of the best characters so far. Like, you definitely have to play as him the most. I didn't do that for the longest time. Then when I started playing him, I felt bad, so I got him to 90, and then I played him even more. And then I started getting more characters from Inazuma, then Sumeru, and I'm just like, oh, Zhao, you're getting overpowered here. But Zhao is still strong overall. Sure, his ult takes HP away from him, but he's still strong in general with how much damage he can do each time he jumps up and then goes down. Then using his skill to dash at the enemies, and then he can also kind of swirl with the other elements. They can be swirled up with Animo, which is really good too. And with Bennett, ooh, just makes it even better. Xingqiu, I would say is definitely top 10 for now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, only room for one more. So yeah, and then after that, everyone starts moving down to S. Yeah, Xingqiu deserves this because he's just really good because he can heal and do attack, like increase attack, and then on top of that, he can also heal himself or other party members in the thing. 9 co-op, but in the just the group in general. Yeah. Moving on, I'm sorry I have to say, but Xinyan's not that strong, so I'm gonna have to move her down to D tier. I do think she is decently strong compared to Barbara, but that's only it. She might even go further down the line. That's all I have to say about Xinyan is that she's not that strong. She's a physical defense user, which is so weird. Hi, Alpha. But yeah. Moving on, we have Zhongli, the strongest character in the game. His shield just says it all. Like, I don't even have to explain it. His shield is just so strong. It makes him indestructible, which is insane. Moving on, Rosaria. I would have to say she deserves to be there. I'm just noticing a lot of cryos are B or C. There's not really much going up here for, like, kind of down in Ganyu and Ayaka, but those are the only, like, 3 cryos that are really good so far. Rosaria deserves B because, yeah. Reason why I put Noelle in D is because this is based off no constellations. None. And so what you have to do with her is you have to put up a shield, then you have to spin in a circle or like attack normally to get heals up, but even then the heals don't do anything. Her shield's strong, yes, but that's about it. Like, she really isn't dependable for a character. C6, yeah, she's really strong, but C0, oh, no, 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 no. I'm not putting her any higher than a D. Or anyone that's above her. I think she's like one of the worst healers in the game because of C0. Yeah, Rosaria is just B because, yeah, I don't see her being any stronger than the people above her so far, so. Cryo support, does dash, that's about it. Eula. Ooh, I've seen some numbers with you, and you are actually going here. I think Eula is really strong as a character. Physical DPS could be cryo if you wanted to, but cryo DPS is, or physical DPS is the way to go over the cryo DPS. That's all I have to say. She's just that strong. Yanfei is another situation where I think she's, well, obviously stronger than Ningguang because they both have the same kit in a way. But I do think Yanfei's stronger than Ningguang because of the pyro, but also because her fighting style is just more clean and does more auto aim than Ningguang's. So sure, it's not two stones at the same time. It's only the one, but still, that's just stronger in my opinion. Kazuha, we're going to go with this and put him here for now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, I'm sorry, Singcho. You're down on the S tier, our first S tier character. Damn, that sucks. But I think Kazuha's top 10 because people have been arguing that he is stronger than Venti, or Venti's stronger than him. I think Venti's stronger than Kazuha, but Kazuha's definitely still a strong character that you should definitely try to get as soon as possible. Only reason why I think Venti's stronger is because his ult swirls up the enemies, while Kazuha's ult doesn't. His skill does, but not for a long time. It doesn't really do that much damage compared to Venti's swirl attack. So, yeah. Yoimiya, I really do think Yoimiya is S tier. From what I've been seeing with playstyle of like with my friends and stuff like that, I do think she's actually an S tier. Sure, her downfall, which she'll definitely be moving down the line of S tier. What her downfall is, you have to be close with her. She has to be a close range bow user, which is so bizarre. Wish it wasn't like that, but I guess it makes sense a little bit. She has to be close range to attack. She can't be far range compared to other bow users. If she's far away, she will do less damage. If she's super close up, she'll do a lot more damage, like full on hitting them full force. Which I find that really unique. Sayu, I think, is here. Could be lower, but I think she's definitely going to go more down that B list. But she's there because I think her skill, even though it's funny, I think it's still more compatible compared to most like animal swirls. Like it's definitely works really well with her swirl. Her ult slash burst, it's weird. It heals but also attacks, which is decent, I guess. Actually, I might just do that real quick. Like, I still think Sayu's decently good as healer. Like, if you don't have any other options, and if it's any of these guys, then yeah, Sayu's. On second thought, no, I'm gonna have to move Sayu down even more. I think she's weaker than Chi-Chi. Now I'm thinking about it, I think she is weaker than Chi-Chi. I'll say it. She's weaker than Chi-Chi. That's saying a lot. We're Chi-Chi stands here, so yeah, if you don't like it, get out. But yeah, no. Now I think about it, I think Sayu is just weaker than Chi-Chi, sadly. As a healer, and probably combat-wise as well, because she depends on her skill more than anything. Compared to Chi-Chi, Chi-Chi depends on her attack and her skill. So, yeah. Raiden Shogun, lore-wise, apparently the strongest god, but minus probably Nadalin's and Shinaya's, but the strongest god so far, lore-wise. But I don't. I think minus Nahida, she's one of the weaker Archons so far. I don't think she's stronger than Venti, and definitely not stronger than Zhongli. But I also think she's good, but she's meant to be a battery, nothing more. You can try making her DPS, but she's meant to be a battery. That's the whole point of Raiden. And because this is a tier list for strong to weak, batteries are strong, but they're not that strong. Like, my Raiden does damage, but she does a lot of battery-related things. So that's why she's S tier. But besides that, she's not stronger than most of the people that are in top 10 right now. But next is the Simp of Raiden. Hold up, let's see this. Yeah, you know what? You're right, though. You're right. I should do this. It seems fair now. After you just mentioned that, I noticed that Sucrose actually was lower than Diluc, and that's, yeah. But who was I on again? I forgot. Oh, Simp of Raiden. Um, yeah. I've seen people do some things with her, but she's just not that strong for me, like, whatsoever. For me personally, she's one of my weakest characters in the game. Like, if I had to put her, like, if everyone still had Z0, she'd still, I think, be the weakest character. But what I've seen with other people that play her think that she's really good, and that I see damage with, like, I think she's better than the ones below her, but besides that, yeah, no. I don't think she's tired up there in D, like, past D. I might have to start playing her more to see if she'll be past D in the future, but for now, I think she's going to be stuck in D for a very long time. Up next, the one and only, the one person who has a negative for crit rate. The one who has the worst healer in the game, I would say, because of the crit rate. Like, yeah, I've seen people that can heal with her, but that's healing. That's not damage. I need to see damage, people. Yeah, I've seen damage with her as well, but, like, that crit rate just, yeah, that's just what makes me not like her character at all. But, yeah, no, I just can't with Kokomi. Like, her healing is just so bad. I can't. And then her attack is just like, it's so low because her crit rate is just negative 100%. Like, you have to get crit rate on her, or she's gonna do nothing. So, she's a D tier for me. Probably the worst healer in the game so far. But I've seen people do some things with her, but those are other people, and this is my opinion, so yeah. Aloy, I'm just gonna do that because nobody plays Aloy at all. Like, out of all the games they could have done a crossplay with, Aloy was the one that nobody was expecting from Horizon, and because of that, everyone just instantly threw her in the trash. She can never get constellations. Her talents are, like, weird. Her abilities are just off the charts, like, not in the good way of charts. Like, yeah, no, I'm just gonna put her at the lowest, because I don't know where to put her at all. Like, she's really bad, but I don't know where to put her in that situation. Male wife, who I think he might go here. Not gonna lie, like, when I saw Toma, I was really, really, really hoping he would be a good character. But they made him a support, and it was a shield that was like Bennett's, like, scaled off energy recharge and HP. His ult is good because of the pyro damage it does, but that's about it. Like, I had so much potential for him. I was maining him for a while, and then, like, he kind of kept going down as more people showed up, which I felt so bad because I was like, no, Toma, you're the one, the one. And then I just kept seeing more and more people, and I was just like, okay, maybe you're not the one. And then I went back to old people that I used to main, and then I was like, yeah, no, Toma, you're kind of being outshined right now. Like, for instance, I literally went back to Diluc, and I was just like, wow, Toma, you're really losing your touch. But yeah. Ooh, Ito has to be S tier. Has to be S tier. I think he's actually, yeah, for me, I think in my opinion he is up there in the S tier. He is really strong. The more damage he takes, the faster he attacks, which is so good. And then he depends on defense, which is the main stat I always get on my artifacts. So it's just like, oh, this is perfect. And right now he does 2,000, or has 2,000 defense and 1,000 attack. Combining that, it's just like, ooh, that's a good combo. I don't know about it. I forgot his crit rate and crit damage, but I think they weren't that good. But still, like, like, my Ito is strong. He's a strong man. But yeah, and his particles come in really fast too, because his bowl only lasts for like 5 seconds, and that's about it. And then it comes right back. So, yeah. Goro. Another character I was going to main from Inazuma, but then it just went down. I think he's there, I want to say. He might go like in between, but I think he's there for now. Goro had also potential to be a main, but then I was just like, no, I changed my mind. He's no longer a main. Like, I went for him, and then I got Ito, and it was just like, oh, yay, Ito. And then, not too long ago, I started playing Ito a bit more, and I was just like, ooh, I don't know why I didn't start playing Ito more than ever. But yeah, I think Goro's B because, yeah, I don't know. He was just B because he is really good, but he only depends on other Geos on the team. That's about it. But he does get his energy recharge up really fast, even though they say his energy recharge sucks. Uh, that's true, but at the same time, you could do charge tax or something and just put energy recharge artifacts and weapons on him. So yeah. Kokumi is better now. She still keeps you. Did you forget this is based off strength? Did you skip that part about Kokumi? Also, again, I've not been keeping up with Kokumi much, so I don't really care for her. So she's stuck where she's at because I don't have her, so I can't really depend that on something else, and I don't see anyone else playing her often. So she's where she is. So just be glad she's not the lowest right now. And again, C0. I have to keep reminding you, this is Z0 based. And my character's based. If they were back at C0 at least. Shenhe. I would say Shenhe's about here. I don't know anything much about her. I want to get her so I could try her out a bit more. Besides that, yeah, no, she's an A tier mid, looks like. Yeah, that's all I have to say about Shenhe. We'll find out more about her in the future, hopefully, if I do get her. Yunjin. It's a complicated one, but I think I might put her here. I have played her on the team with no Geos, and she does really good for a support. And then I've also seen other people use her as a support with no Geos, but other people on the team as DPSs, and she does really good with them, so yeah. I'd have to say Yunjin's an A tier. Yay, Miko. Ooh. I think I'm gonna have to put her here for now. She's really decently strong. She's really fun to play as well. But I don't know. I just don't see anyone else like I don't see her beating anyone else that's in front of her currently right now. But oh well. You're not going to be able to change my mind. I'm sorry. I already hated her from the start. It goes with Ningguang, but this you can't really change my mind if I don't even have the character. So, and this is based off the characters I have and based off what I've seen. And nobody plays Kokomi because nobody has her. Even if you had her, you've never played her, so you know, how are you going to change my mind without that happening if you've never played her? So, good luck with that, Alpha. They might have changed her, but I didn't know about that because I didn't fucking care. Yeah, so next is Ayato, which I do think he's stronger. I think he's about there, I want to say. For at least my character perspective. Actually, no. Actually, I changed my mind. I think he's there. I think he's in the top 10 for now. Who knows how long, but he'll be there for a bit. Because I don't see anyone else for a hot second that could beat him. At least I think. Hayato's really strong because I have him as kind of a battery, and he's really good as his battery. If I made him full DPS, I think he'd do a lot of damage. And I mean a lot of damage. But yeah, I would say he's about there for a bit. We'll see if it changes. Yelan, I just got her, played for her a little bit. I think she kind of deserves to be here. She's actually a really fun character to play as a bit. Her speed's really good. Her attack is good. Her skill is good. Her ult's decent, but also really good depending on how you build her, though. But all the people I see in front of her, I don't see her beating them. Kuki, ooh, another thing. Man, they just really hated their healers. Like, there's only a handful of healers they liked. Kuki's good in a way, but the fact that she has to use her skill, like when she uses her skill to heal, it also kills her. Which then you would also have to use the skill only on her for a bit, and then possibly switch to the next person, depending on her health, that is. But besides that, no. Kuki is I love Kuki, but I can't, like, at all, especially at C0, can't, like, put her higher than a D because of her skill killing her. Next is Hazo, and I do think Hazo is definitely strong. I'd have to say there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, there we go. I'd have to say there because, as y'all know, I was a Hazo main for a while, and he almost one-shot everything. Even before 3 crowning, like, I already had him built and stuff at level 1, and I actually saw his damage, and I was just like, damn, he did some damage at level 1. But yeah, I think he's definitely there. Okay, now here's something I've been also hearing. So, automatically, I've been hearing Tignari is better than Ganyu, and Ganyu is better than Tignari. It's the same situation with Hu Tao, but I still think Hu Tao is stronger than Ganyu. Now, here's the thing. I think, at the time, I did think Tignari was stronger than Ganyu, but looking at it now, I think Ganyu is still stronger than Tignari. At least. I think it's gonna be like this. Where Ganyu's stuck between the two people she's tied with, but even then, they never said, oh, he's better than Hu Tao, so which meant everyone was kind of starting to agree that Hu Tao was better than Ganyu. I jumped on that train too. But these two, yeah, no, they are tied, but I do think Ganyu has the upper hand, at least. Okay, so next is Kale. Kale's a difficult one, because I've only played her a couple of times. And in my Nuzlocke, she was the first to go, which was super sad. Because I really wanted to see if she could actually make it pretty far. But she was the first to go, right next to Sayu. But if I had to say, I think Holly would be there because she's a really good support overall. Like, I do think she could make it pretty good, like a pretty good support as a Dendro. I think out of all the Dendros, she is going to be the weakest that I can tell. But besides that, you know, she's a B tier, so which means that just shows the Dendros are really strong in general. But I think she's going to be the weakest out of all the Dendros. Sadly. Alright, Dory, another healer. And I think she goes here. I don't think she's that good of a healer because you have to get her ult/burst up to get it to work. Which most of the time that takes a lot of progress. And so, yeah. But actually, thinking about it now, I think Sayu beats Dory. At least. Dory might move down to D tier. Who knows? But yeah, I think she's going to just be at C tier for a bit. I might change it up a bit, but who knows. Next is Nilou, which I think is actually an A tier. And actually, I might move her up one more. I think she's an A tier because her skill, you can use up to 3 times, but then if you have Sacrificial on her, it could be up to 6 times, making her a battery as well on top of that. And she's going to get her burst up faster that way too. And then she has like a hydro ring around her, so it does like some hydro damage, or gives the hydro effect on to enemies near you, which I think is decently good. Overall, I would just say she's an A tier. Sino, ooh, I really do think he is. I do think he is an S tier. Like, I really do think he's an S tier because his character. Actually, should I make him better or worse than Gene? Now I'm thinking about it. You know what? No, I think Gene still beats him a bit. But still, like, I think now he's definitely the highest S tier. And I don't think any of these guys are going to beat him in the highest S tier spots. They could beat him in the top 10, but not the S tier spot. So I know it's just a really fun, simple character to play as. When after using his ult, when using attack, he now becomes a close attacker with his hands. And the fact that he can, like, reach out with one of his hands and grab it and bring the bad guys to him, like Scorpio from Mortal Kombat, just that fighting style is just so clean and nice. Like, I should start playing Sino more. What am I just thinking? All right, Candace. I'm sorry I have to do this to you, Candace, but I do think you're a really weak character. Like, Candace has a lot of potential. She's really cool and stuff, but fighting-wise, her shield's not doing anything. Her ult/burst does really hardly anything. Like, yeah, I don't see her at all doing much of anything. For the first Hydro polearm we get, she's actually not that great. And I probably see why they waited so long for a Hydro polearm. because they were like, we know it wasn't going to be the greatest. But then at the same time, there's Ayato, who's a sword and could be a polearm if they really wanted to. But no. Alright, Nahida, though. Nahida. I think she is strong. I think she goes about here, though, right? Like, right above Mona, though. People are like, but Nahida barely does any damage and stuff like that. That's true. But her ult, if you've seen that thing is ginormous. The biggest, like skill or ult slash burst in the game. Like, that's the biggest thing in the game, basically, attack-wise. And I think it does, like, Dendro effect on the bad guys, so you can do double the damage as long as you're in there, which is so good, because, especially I think in Spiral Abyss, I think it actually takes up almost the entire circle of the Spiral Abyss arena, which is, like, super good, because like, the Spiral Abyss arena is pretty big, and it almost takes up the entire thing. That's saying a lot. So yeah, so next is Layla. I'm sorry to have to do this to you, Layla, but you're not that strong. You're a physical cryo DPS. A mixture, kind of, both. Depends on HP. So, yeah, she's good. She's like a mini Ganyu, basically, but way weaker. But I still think she's still good in some sort of way, shape, or form. But I don't think she's gonna be a... Yeah, I don't think she's gonna make it in life as a mini Ganyu. But moving on to Scaramouche. Okay, here we go again with another Animo Boy. I'm noticing all the Animo Boys are really strong, and actually he is a top 10 character in my eyes, and I think he is going right there. So, yeah, he might be actually... Yeah, no, for now, he's here because of what my Scaramouche is like, but, yeah, no, this, yeah, looking at these characters, I think I can officially say these are the top 10 best characters in the game, without a doubt. I don't think any of these characters can beat him. These two we don't know, but I'll just guess, and everyone else I'll try my best, even though I don't play them, so... These three actually right here are not out right now, but I've seen the gameplay of him and the gameplay of these two, but I haven't seen in full action what they could do. But yeah, Scaramouche is really strong. He's almost like I immediately gave Hazo, like I gave everything to Scaramouche with my from my Hazo at level 60. Did more than Hazo, and Hazel's level 93 crowned, and my Scaramouche was level 60. Like, maybe, like, one of his talents being level 2. And I'm just like, oh, Jesus. I made a monster already, and he's only level 60. Huh. Actually, saying that, I think he's stronger than Zhao. Like, when I get back to, like, when I get my Skirmish to level 90, I'll see that, I'll make a comparison to see who's stronger out of Zhao and Scaramouche, but now I think about it, I think Scaramouche was stronger than Zhao. Farazan. I think she deserves this spot. I don't really play much of Farazan. I haven't really seen anyone play much of Farazan, but if I recall from earlier in my Genshin stream, I did play her for a split second. She was decently good, but that's only because I was in a world with a venturing 18 person, so it wasn't that I was just one-shotting everything in general. But yeah, that's where I would put Farzan, the low B. Next is Yao Yao. Seen some controversial stuff with this one, and I might have to put her here. Or no, here. Yeah, I don't know what to say for Yao Yao. I have her, I think, C1 now, but I don't know what to do with her because, yeah, it's a weird thing. I need to start playing her more to get used to her, to see where she's at. But for me right now, I'd have to say she's mid B tier right now. But moving on is Al-Haytham. From what I played with Al-Haytham, I think he's right here for now. He might go higher, might go lower, but I think he is better than Yelan. He's a Dendro version of Keqing, but I do think he's definitely stronger than Keqing in a way. Especially that I got a signature weapon, so yay me. But yeah, I'll put him there for now. I have to play him more to see where he's at, but that's what I would say for him. Dia playstyle same with Sino, but I would have to say Sino is still better. Again, I don't have Dia. She just came out like 4 days ago, or 5 days ago, and I haven't officially played her more. I've only played her like test run, and her test run was really cool. It was like the same play style as almost Sino's, but I think Sino's still stronger, so I'll put him stronger than Dia, but in the future, if I get Dia, I'll see how she plays with how I play with my Pyros, which is just give her the Crimson Witch of Flames from my Hu Tao, and see how she runs with that. Moving on is Mika, and from what I've seen with Mika, he's a polearm with a crossbow and a book, which is just like, damn. And he's a healer. So, but he, in a way, I would have to say, is probably... I would say he's probably the third best healer in the game. Wait, hold up. I would say he's the third best healer in the game. From what I've seen, he looks like to be a third good one. He might be fourth, but I'm saying these two are tied right now because I don't know much about Mika quite yet. Because he's not officially out. But if I had to guess, I think he's stronger than Diona. Might be stronger than these guys, but it depends on how his playstyle will work when I actually get to play him. Kave, from what I've seen with his game playstyle, yeah, actually, yeah, from his playstyle alone, from what I saw, ooh, he looks strong as hell. Hope that it stays like that. But we have an update to go through, so I don't know. Baiju. I would have to say Baiju might go just here in general. I don't know if he's going to be good or bad, so I'll just say he's a mid-A. That's all I have to say for him. But, yeah, that is it for strongest to weakest character in Genshin Impact, my opinion. And this is also based off C0 and my characters a bit. And also what the community thinks. At least. But most of it was my opinion, so. Give me 1 second, I gotta go check something. Oh wow, I just noticed. Okay, so. Oh yeah, I should have put it not released for the tier list. Your S tier is so weird. Why is Nahida the strongest character in the game for you and Zhongli's not? Okay, but whatever. Okay, with that out of the way, time to move on to Love Like, and actually, because I did... Okay, give me 1 second actually before I continue with that. Okay, actually, I'm going to add another row and just call it... top 10 and make that one blue, like the last one. Okay. Top 10 characters love, like, they're okay, dislike, despise. Okay. So, Aether. Love Aether. I love him to death. Lamine, I also love her. But I love Aether more. This is also based off, like, not really their playstyle. It's just based off me just liking the character in general. Design-wise, character-wise, maybe lore-wise. Maybe playstyle as well, but it's mainly, like, how I, like, if I see them, I'm just like, oh my god, I want to fall in love with you. It's like, ooh, I feel something with that character. Like, that's how, like, when I feel like, ooh, they're on screen, yay! Or, like, be like, I hate this mother... Like, that's how I basically am going to be ranking them. Albedo, bruh, one of my comfort characters. He might go down the list, but every time I see Albedo on the screen, I sometimes want to cry because it's just like, I love him so much. Like, regardless, if he is not in my top 10 by the end of this, he'll still be in love, which I just was like, Amber, I like Amber. I really do like Amber a lot. She might be love, but really low love, so we'll see. Aika, I love Aika. Not more than Travelers. Actually, I love her more than Lamine. But yeah, no, I love her everything. Minus her run, but her run's decently good. But minus her run, I just love Aika. Okay, Barbara, they're okay. I like she might go to like, but they're okay for now. Like, you know, I like Beto. I don't like her more than Amber, obviously, for a lot of reasons. Because, you know, I read the webtoons. Actually, I think I read the webtoons at right as, like, around the time my first episode got made for Genshin Impact. Like, if you go to my Genshin Impact tier list, my first ever video I made was like 2 years ago. That's like that first video I ever made was literally the start of me playing Genshin in general. So that date it says on that video is the day I started Genshin. But so yeah, but Amber holds a place in my heart. Actually, now thinking about it, Amber, you're moving up to love. I love Amber. Bennett, I like Bennett. I wouldn't say I love him to death, like, compared to everyone else, but I like Bennett a lot. His bad luck says a lot. Actually, I think I like Beto more. Chongyin, another one of my comfort characters. One of my first ever mains, too, so, you know, top 10 for now, but we'll see by the end of this list. We'll see. Diluc. I actually love Diluc. Again, webtoons is what made me like most of these, love these characters. Yeah, I just don't know what it is. Okay, Diona. I actually dislike Diona quite a bit. Like, she's quite annoying. Her playstyle is okay. Lore-wise, it's sad. But that's the only thing that's keeping her from going to Despise. But besides that, you know, I dislike Diona. She's just a lot to deal with, and I don't want to deal with her. Fischl! She's actually grown on me, and I think they're okay now. I used to despise Fischl, but now I find them okay. Wish she could stop talking. Actually, no. I prefer Barbara still over Fischl. I'm sorry. Like, Fischl's voice lines are just so damn annoying. Ganyu, they're okay. they really don't show much of Ganyu anymore, especially in the Archon quest, which is kind of sad to hear about it. But because like the Archon quest was what made her really good, but then they started dwindling her down where she barely has even any voice lines now, especially in events. I guess she's a workaholic and she's kind of shy and she's really sleepy. But come on, like, give her more voice lines. Like, she is now a full-on background character where she only gets, like, she's like Ferb from Phineas and Ferb, gets, like, one every per year. Okay, Hu Tao. Boom. Don't even have to say much about that one. Jean. They're okay. Again, another character I just... After the Archon quest, they just gave up on Jean. Like, I have not seen Jean since her, like, her own story quest. That was the last time I remember seeing her. And haven't seen her since. Actually, no, the Klee quest. When Kazuha first got introduced. But besides that, yeah, no, Jean's just off the earth for me. Alright, Kaya. I like Kaya a bit. No, Webtoon's Kaya, that's for sure. That's what keeps him from going to love. For a lot of reasons, but I like Kaya. His design, character, yeah. He's just a funny playboy, you know. Kuching, I like a lot too. Nah, I actually prefer Kaya. I like Kuching a lot. Her playstyle, her character, just like, yeah, she's really quirky, you know. Klee. I like them quite a bit, but that's how far she's going. She might go down, might go up, depending on the people that come up next. But she's alright. Lisa's grown on me, actually. As you can tell, she used to be in the Despise. Now she's in They're Okay. I just still hate the fact that she calls us cuties. Besides that, you know, I'm fine with her now. I think because of the outfit. Mona. Oh my god, I love Mona so much. Actually, I just might put her there. I actually, no, screw it. I prefer her over Ayaka. I love Mona so much. She's so funny, and every chance she gets, she's just like, oh man, I have no money. But her story is sad, that the fact that she can be rich, and she comes from a wealthy family, but she chooses not to take that money. Because she's that kind of person. And most people are just like, I hate her because she's poor. And it's just like, but she only makes up poor jokes. Yeah, she makes up poor jokes. But the fact that her character, like, she gave up everything to be what she wanted to be. And I call that girl boss. I'm sorry, but Mona, I love her. She's funny. She's definitely an outgoing person in a way, and she's definitely confident in herself, even though she like, and fun fact about her favorite food, she's actually a salad person because it's cheap. Sure, it's not filling, but it's cheap, is what she says. And the fact that she could have, like, all this, like, buffet food, she's trying to make it where she has a balanced, like, meal because she wants to keep, like, being able to run around places so she can get from place to place. But yeah, I think Mona is definitely, I love Mona, and definitely Mona should be noticed more about her character. Ningguang, I despise you. Like, get out of here. If I had to make my own tier just for her, I'd just be like, Ningguang. There you go. That's all you have to know about her. Sure, I do love her design. I do, like, her lore is really sad. She was poor, and then she got to, like, build her way to the top from just, like getting just, like, a penny working her way up with just a penny got her places. But the fact that she is technically sexist says it a lot about her. Because if you haven't noticed, in the people she works with, they're all females. And that's what kind of sets me off. And then at the same time, she risked the city. It's like, and the people in the city. Like, people overlooked it, but I didn't. I kept looking at it, be like, oh, she made another Jade Chamber to lure out this guy's wife so they can just kill off her because she was upset that her husband died because he was summoned by a child, and so they killed her husband, the monster's husband, and she came back for revenge to just attack the Jade Chamber. And then Ningguang was like, oh, I was well aware of this, so it was better for me to just make this Jade Chamber and risking everyone's lives so it could just kill off the guy's wife so they can never have kids or have any, like, future related, like, monsters. And I'm just like, really? You're killing off a monster because they're trying to get revenge for their loved one that you killed originally? Like, are you stupid? And then you're putting everyone's lives at risk because of this. Like, Ningguang, I know what you're up to. You're a sexist, a sneaky little bitch. Like, don't think I didn't notice all that. And everyone just kept looking over and be like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. And I'm just like, do you not see that she literally made the Jade Chamber so she can summon the monster's wife so they could just kill her off? And then she put the city in, like, danger. Like, everyone ignored that specific detail. Like, she put everyone's lives at risk just to kill off a monster's wife. Like, bruh. And she's sexist because she only works with females. I've never seen her work with a single male, minus Traveler. But even then, Traveler's non-binary, so it doesn't even count. Sorry, I can move on now. Noelle, I kind of dislike Noelle. A maid, knight, whatever, like, she's decent, but I just don't like her because she can actually be really annoying. Like, I get it, you want to be a knight, even though you're a maid, and you're just like, but they're not letting me leave, and I'm just like, gee, I wonder why they're not letting you leave to go fight. Like, she kept saying, I want to leave, but I don't want to leave. Oh, what should I do? Traveler, can you help me? It's like, this is not my job, bitch. This is your decision. You decide your path, not me. Chi-Chi. Not gonna lie, I love Chi-Chi more than Albedo because of all the hatred that everyone puts on Chi-Chi. I'm just like the person that's like trying to help hold up that hate from Chi-Chi. I love Chi-Chi. Not more than Hu Tao, obviously, but Chi-Chi is definitely an underrated character. Deserves more love than what people keep saying about her. She definitely deserves to be more noticed and be more loved because her lore is so depressing. She was like a 10-year-old child who died, and then she's now like... She fell from like I think a cliff, and I think that's also another reason why she has no like memory of specific things, is because I think how she died is she kept hitting her head as she kept going down that mountain, like hitting her head on every rock that she could, like her body could. Because I think she was trying to get violet grass. Or some sort of like herbs or something like that. Like she went too high up. She then like fell, and then I think she hit her head so hard, or she kept hitting on her head on multiple things as she was falling, and that's what killed her. And now they brought her back to life because they felt bad, and then all she now feels is nothing but numbness and cold, and that's depressing. So, yeah, I think Chi-Chi deserves more love than hate. The reason why people hate her is because they were tired of losing their 50-50s to her. And I'm just like, I want to lose my 50-50 to her. I don't care. Like, the one person I don't want to lose my 50-50 to anymore is Mona, because she's already C6, and I keep losing 50-50s to her. But I love Mona. I don't care about if I get fit or get constellations for those characters. I really don't care. Gina, on the other hand, they're okay because they won't come home, and plus, I don't want constellations for her because she knows I won't play her because she's annoying me. Chi-Chi, on the other hand, I don't care about constellations at all. If I lose my 50-50, get a Chi-Chi, I won't get mad because it's Chi-Chi. I love Chi-Chi. That's why she's one of my top 10 favorite characters. Because her character, her lore, everything about her is so great. And the fact that people hate her because they're losing their 50-50s to her is just sad. And then now they made a meme about her being like, oh, it's just a dead baby. That's like, that is not something to say ever, really. Oh, look, it's the dead baby, the one I hate the most. Oh, yeah, that's something you want to say on YouTube. No, it's Chi-Chi. Say Chi-Chi. Sure, I say, oh, gross, it's the bitch when it comes to Ningguang, but still, that's Ningguang for me. I don't say, like, things that could get me demonetized. Okay, Razor. Top 10 for now, but we shall see. Actually, he goes there. I love Razor. Razor, after Chongyun, when I saw Razor, I wanted to main Razor for so long. When I finally got Razor, he was my first ever character I got to level 90. I didn't level up his talents, though. My first ever character I got crowned was Hazo, which I'll get to in a bit, but yeah, no, Razor was my first ever character I got to level 90 with. That just shows a lot with Razor. Sucrose. I love Sucrose a lot. She's adorable. Like, she's a nerd, and I just like... It's like the kind of character that's just like, I want to protect no matter the cost. Like, I just love her. Child. The one that everyone says I look like. I'm putting him here just for now and see how it goes from there. So far I have 6, so there's only a spot for 4 more, and then we'll keep going down the list from there on out. But yeah, I actually love Child a lot. Not because he looks like me, but because his playstyle is really fun. I also love all the Harbingers, so... Scaramouche is not in my top 10, but I do love him, so... Next is Venti. Venti the Bard. I love Venti so much. First ever character I spent money on was Venti. Do I regret it? No. I have his ult crowned, and boy oh boy, he scares me a lot. Like, But yeah, I love Venti, but here's the thing. There's going to be more characters that are going to be out beating him in a bit, so we'll get to them in a while. But yeah, no, I love Venti so much. But Zhengling... They're okay. Actually, yeah, now they're about there. They're okay. Their character with the food I love because I'm a glutton. I love food, and she loves food. But that's the only reason why she's in the okay spot, is because of the food. I don't really care for Guoba. Most people like Jingling because of Guoba. But I'm basing this off the character, not their... If they have a companion or something. I'm basing off them in general, so... But with Fischl and Oz, I can look past that because without Oz, the comic relief would not be like a thing at all. She'd just be a lunatic, which I find that creepy. Yeah, no, Jingling, yeah, she's just they're okay. Zhao, ooh, I love my edgy boy so much. Oh my gosh. My first ever non-permanent 5-star character. Diluc was my first ever character. That's why he's in my love. I have to cherish him because he was my first ever 5-star. But Zhao was my first ever non-permanent 5-star character. And I just, I can't stop thinking about the edgy boy at all because he's just so adorable, precious, need to protect, all that stuff. But moving on, Singcho, I like him. He's a bookworm. And Junghyun's boyfriend. That's about it. Oh, I love Jinyan. I'm sorry, but yeah, Jinyan. Oh my gosh, Jinyan's another underrated character when it comes to her because if he didn't do that summer event with like Mona, Official, and Kazuha, you would not know. It was only a limited storyline, but basically, it told us all about how Jinyan became who she is. Jinyan grew up as a person that everyone was scared of because of how she looked, which was super sad. But that never stopped her from being wanting to be a rock star and show love to like everyone and stuff. Like she never hated anyone. She loved everyone. She loved everyone even though some people hated her because of how she looked or how she acted. That never stopped her from hating them though. And that's what I love about Jinyan is that she's a positive person and she just overlooks every bad thing. Even though in the story of that summer event, it did describe that she can't overlook it. She still like she still goes over the fact that she has to deal with that kind of stuff. She doesn't like fully overlook it. She still like goes through the pain of all that. But like I said before, that doesn't stop her from becoming who she wants to be, and I love that for her. And she deserves more love and more attention because she is an underrated character for sure. Zhongli, Daddy. Yeah, no, actually, he's here now. He used to be like in top 10, but lately I just not been feeling it with Zhongli as often as I used to. Like, I really wanted Zhongli. I got Zhongli, and now I'm just like, I don't think it was really that worth it, but it's fine. I have all the Archons now, so it's no biggie. Next is Rosaria. Ooh, Rosaria. I like Rosaria, so I think I'm gonna just put her here. Actually, here. Actually, yeah, no, I think she's gonna stop there. I like Rosaria. Goth nun has can't even remember her own god that she's like praying to every day. It's like name, and I find that funny. But that's about it for her. Her story's sad. I will give her that. It's really sad, really good. But I just never really got into her character in general, so yeah. Eula. Ooh, I love Eula so much. I'd have to put her here. Actually, scratch that. I'm putting her above everyone. Her character, oh, her entire thing, like she was one of the characters that never needed character development, but yet in her when we first got introduced to Eula, they literally straight up just gave her character development and she did not need it, and I loved it, but also hated that she got character development because she really did not need it because she was already perfect, and then they just made her better. And I was just like, I thought that was never possible for a character that was already good, but I guess it was because it's Eula. Their name is Eula, and you know what? Because of that, I'm putting Eula in top 10 for now. Actually, screw it. She's better than Child. I'll say it here. Alright, how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more spot. Yanfei. Love Yanfei. I'd have to put her here, though. Well, no, I can put her here. I love Yanfei. Like, Yanfei is definitely a really fun character. Being a lawyer and stuff, like, being one of the smartest characters in the entire series, I have to say. Like, I'm surprised how smart she is. But she's definitely gonna be handy in Fontaine, and I'm just gonna be like, yes, we're finally gonna get more Yanfei in our conquest at least. So there's something. But yeah. Kazuha, most of you might not agree with this, but I love him. But no more than Sucrose. I'm sorry. But it's just like, I can't, like, I love him because of the Inazuma Archon quest, but besides that, I don't know. It's just like, he's not been really shown much except for the Archon quest and that one summer event, but that's about it. I haven't really seen much of Kazuha in a while. He's kind of drifting away from being like, was going to be a really good main character to now like a kind of side character that supports the main character now. But yeah, I still love him, but not as much as everyone in front of him. Yoimiya, also love. And actually, I prefer her over Jinyan. The fact that she's a firework person is just so nice. I love fireworks myself. And she's super, super energetic. Like, I'm just like, wow, I can't believe how much energy this person has for something like her. And the fact that her favorite animal is a goldfish is just like, oh, that's cute. Okay, moving this down. I love Sayu, and I'm going to put her right here. The fact that she keeps saying, I wanna get taller. I wanna get taller. Like, that's just her character. It's so funny. And then she's a mood, and at the same time, it's just like, I relate to her a lot. Actually, there we go. It's filled, so everyone else from that point on will now move down to love. But yeah, I love Sayu. She's really adorable and stuff like that. Raiden Shogun. They're okay. Design-wise, I love it. No, that's about it. Their design, I just love. That's really it. That's what's going for it. Because I hate Raiden Shogun puppet so much. She's so annoying. A is fine, but this is the Raiden Shogun puppets. This ain't the A. This isn't A. This is Raiden Shogun. There's a difference. Sarah. I dislike Sarah. She's just so annoying. And actually, I despise her. The fact that her character is just like revolving around Raiden Shogun, and that's it, just says it all. Cook Me, they're okay. Design wise, I kind of like. Character wise, actually, I like them a bit. That's probably how far they're gonna go. They're probably gonna keep going down. Okay, automatically, I just have to say this. Despise. Not that much more than Ningguang. Hi, Trang Chu, and oh, I forgot Death Singer. But yeah, Aloy, Despise, because I did not like that crossover whatsoever. It was nice to get a free character, but a really bad one though. Male Wife, Toma, I love him so much, but I'm going to have to put him above Sucrose. That's about it. Male Wife. No fear. Okay, I see now. But yeah. Toma, Male Wife. All I gotta say, love him, because he's just Male Wife. You just gotta love the Male Wife. Eat Arataki numero uno Ito in the flesh. I'm sorry, child, I'm moving you down one. Actually, I'm going to move him here. Actually, no, false statement. False statement. He's the here. Okay. Hold up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep. This is the top 10 so far. Still have a lot more to go, so they're definitely going to be moving a lot. So, But yeah, no, Ito, love his character. Love everything about him. The voice actor did a perfect job for him. And he can rap the happy birthday song. And I'm just like, ooh, that's so fun. I see. Okay. Goro. Love Goro. Not more than Traveler, though. Sorry, Traveler. But I love Goro. He's precious. He's adorable as well. Like the fact that he gets nervous around Yae Miko, which I'll get to in a bit. It's just so funny to me. Shenhe. Shenhe. Shenhe definitely moved up that list. I want Shenhe now so badly. I wanted her when she first got introduced, but then I lost my 50-50, got Chikaching, which was fine, but now I really want Shenhe now. I'm just praying I win my 50-50 and get Shenhe. I just have to keep farming, that's all. Yunjin. Oh, yes. Yep, Yunjin. Oh my gosh. One of the best characters they've ever made. Heck. Screw it. She's going here. She probably has a secure place in the top 10 right now. Like, oh my gosh. I want, like, oh my gosh. I really want to start playing more of her. But besides that, I love Yunjin. She is a queen. She is everything. She's an opera singer, and that Archon quest or whatever it was called with Shenhe, the opera singing was so beautiful. I actually cried. It's like one of the main Genshin scenes that actually made me cry. Minus Nihida's teaser, the happy birthday Nihida, and the Nilu dancing, like all that stuff. Like, her scene was so beautiful. I just can't with Yunjin. She's just so amazing. Yae Miko, a toughie, but I think I'd prefer her here. She's a sly nine-tailed fox. Like, she's a playful kind of person. She's like Lisa, the slutty person that hits on people. Except I prefer Yae Miko over Lisa hitting on me because it's just like she does it because she's a fox. Because she's sly like that. Like she's like kind of a liar in a way. Like mischievous. Like she's just doing it because she's super playful of a character. But she doesn't say cutie. She's like Lisa. She's just like, so we're going on a date, huh? Too bad. I don't want to. Like, she's that kind of person. But she was like, oh, but thanks for the offer. And actually, because of that, I think she might be moving up the list here. Oh, yeah, no, there is some that will take Chi-Chi's number 2, but Chi-Chi will definitely, if you can tell, I don't think Chi-Chi's going to leave this top 10 character thing anytime soon. Yeah. Ayato. I'm sorry, Shenhe, you had that spotlight for a split second, but you were there. You were there. It just shows how much I love you. Ayato. What a man. What a man. What a man. Man, what a man he is. He's not going any further, if you're wondering. Love Ayato. I'm surprised I love him more than his sister, but oh well. Yelan. I actually started loving Yelan a bit more, and I'm going to put her here. Like, the Chasm quest, after rewatching it, I actually started loving her more now. Like, she's a really unique character in a way. But yeah, so moving on, we have Cookie. I love Cookie. I think she's really unique. Like, I'm going to put her here. Sure, she looks like just a normal NPC with a mask, but oh well. I'm not gonna blame her. And plus, that outfit is something I would definitely wear in real life, not gonna lie. I love her outfit. Love her character. She went from like a nun to a goth person. Like that's how her character went. A shrine maiden to a goth. That's how her character drastically changed. Hazo. Sorry, Ito, you had a spotlight for a bit. Hazo, Hazo, Hazo. Hazo the detective. Yep. There we go. Yes. Hazo the detective. In anime, I love detectives. And the second, like, I found out Hazel was gonna be a detective, and he was gonna be like a sneaky one too, I was just like, ooh, I can't wait to figure it out what he is. I thought he was gonna be Electro because he was in the Tenryou commission with like Sarah, but he wasn't. He was Animo, which I was fine with because I love Animo. He was like, the first ever Animo Catalyst, which I was shocked about, and he was a close combatter. I was just like, he is definitely moving up that list. But then I also he was higher than Hu Tao, but now recently I love Hu Tao more because of her creepiness, and plus with that like Lantern Rite event that just happened not too long ago. Like yeah, but Hazo is definitely still like up there as one of my favorite characters because he was my first character I got crowned, or at least 3 crowns. You know, like he was instantly like a main. And then I got him C6, and I'm just like, man, he really worked his way up to C6 with 3 crowns, like And like I said, he's a detective, and I love detectives. So and here soon, I will definitely be making a story of a detective as like probably the main character, or at least a main character, not the main character, probably a main character, but still like the love interest of the main character. Who knows? But moving on, Tagnari, minus the voice actor right now. I actually love Tagnari. I will have to put him here though. Love his design. Love his personality. Like everything about him, minus VA. Not gonna count VA at all. But yeah, I really do like him. Kale. Oh my gosh, Kale. I read the webtoons, and I loved Kale from the start. Like when I read the webtoons, Kale was my favorite character in the webtoons, minus Sino. And then I watched the teaser for the Harbingers, and then at the end I saw Kale, and I was at work, and I literally screamed at work. Like it was at nighttime. I was by myself because I was the night crew um for like Safeway and stuff at the fuel station, and my friend sent me the teaser. I watched it. I saw Dottore, and I was like, oh, Dottore changed. That's for sure. And then at the end, I saw Kale, and I literally screamed. And thankfully, there was no customers. But I was like, ah. And then I was like, oh, wait. Looking around, I literally looked around, and be like, is there any customers or anyone around? Because I did not want anyone to hear that. And I looked outside, there was nobody. So I was just like, oh, thank God nobody heard me. So I was just like, Kale's in the game. Kale's in the game. Like, I was cheering in my head. Because, yeah, like, at work. And then when I got home, I literally was just, like, face planting the pillow and just started screaming. Be like, Kale's coming. Kale's coming. Yeah. it was so fun. Dory, you get to move down there. See ya, bitch. Nilu. Oh, Nilu. Oh, how much I love you. How much I love you. How much do I love you? How much do I love my Nilu? There we go. Oh, yes. 11 people already. Wait, hold up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Aw, damn it. I have to move down Albedo too. Damn, that sucks. I didn't see the 11th person. So I guess I have to move down. Damn. Well, since we're already on that case, Sino. Man, these characters are slowly dwindling down. This is not looking good for them. And we haven't even got to the last people, and I love already, like, most of these people down here. So, Sumeru just was just the best. Like, I think they have the best characters, not gonna lie. But yeah, Sino, we all already know this. I literally even put in my Discord for my About Me for, like, almost, like, a half a year saying, Sino want her. Candace. I like Candace. I don't love her. I like her. Here is my favorite Archon. I'm not even joking. Cause of so the reason why I went for Nahida is because I felt so bad for her in her teaser, her happy birthday. I was like, oh, this looks fine. This teaser doesn't look too bad. As it kept going and it kept repeating, I already did the Archon quest before watching it. And when I watched it, when it said, oh, when I woke, I had a dream that it was my birthday. I was like, oh no, it's repeating like the Archon quest. Help! I'm stuck in the loop again. I was just like, oh no. Like, I was just like, oh, please not again. And then it just kept getting sadder and sadder. And then at the end, it just made me, like, start crying. And I was just like, I want Nahida. Like, I didn't even spend money on Nahida. I just pulled and got her. I was just like, okay, game. I see how you're playing. You really want it. And then I got her signature weapon on, of course, and then, like, a 10 pull later. And I was just like, oh, of course. Let me just get her signature weapon on top of that. Layla. Oh. No, I don't love her more than Chongyun. But still, I love her. This is getting close. I love Scaramouche. But because me and my friend have, like, kind of agreement going on, I'll put it below Child. I love Child more than Scaramouche. Only because my friend Aspera, if you all know them, we're real life best friends, and they're a Scaramouche lover, where they have Scaramouche C6 with an R1 weapon, so I was just like, okay, you can have the Scaramouche, I'll take the Child. I'll take Tartaglia. So yeah, that's I love Scaramouche, but I definitely prefer Child because those reasons kinda. Next is Farazan, which they're okay. They're okay. I would have to say I prefer. Get there, Jesus. They're okay. That's all I have to say about them. There's nothing too special about her. Okay. Yao Yao. I love Yao Yao. There's a lot of loves. I'm just noticing. I might have to just move people down just some tiers, maybe. No, I can't. I literally can't. Okay. Yao Yao. Yeah. No, Yao Yao has to go there. I don't think she beats Aika in any way. Oh, Haytham. Ah, yes, I'll hate them. Man, I was gonna skip him, and I'm glad I didn't. But now I'm like, oh shoot, he's so low level. But it's fine. Ugh, little daddy. Sorry, not sorry. But I have a boyfriend, so. Dia, another loved character. You know. That's all I'm gonna say for him. Mika! Mika. Oh no. It's not looking good. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Actually, looking at it now, I think I prefer Alhaitham over Venti, not gonna lie. Yeah. Okay, so love Mika. Can't wait for him to come out. I already have him like all his ascension materials ready to go. He could be instantly in level 90. Talent wise, he probably could get a crown at best, maybe if that's. But besides that, yep. Mhm. 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 Uh, this hurts a lot. Okay, I don't think Baishu's going up there. Okay, I think this is gonna be it for that. Like I don't think this is gonna change at all. I think this is my tier list right here for like my top 10 characters. I might move Mika up past Hu Tao. Maybe that's a hard maybe. He might be a no, but still, it's just like to think these are my favorite characters right now is just saying a lot because most of these are Sumeru characters. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Sumeru characters, and we have 1, 2 Mondstatters, and 1, 2 Leeways, and 1 Inazuma. Like, I like how Hazel's the only Inazuma character that I loved. Because looking back at it, where's the last or Inazuma character? Huh, I wonder where they are. I hope you did not hear that pop. That was my leg. But yeah, so these are my top 10 characters. Kave, I can't wait to come out because his playstyle is so fun, and I didn't even know he was going to be a Claymore, which is so weird and unique, but oh well. Oh well. I guess all the boyfriends have to be different, you know? We have a polearm, a sword, a bow, and now we have a claymore. So they're all different in their own ways. And then we have our gay icon, and actually, fuck it. Just fuck it. Yeah. Baiju just moved up to top 10. Bye, Venti. Sorry. Mm-hmm. Yeah, now we only have one Mondstatter, and that is Mika. I feel so bad. But, yeah. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this live stream tier list, please leave a like, please subscribe, hit that notification bell to get notified whenever I go live upload video, and I will do another one of these tier lists whenever we get closer to Fontaine. Like when Fontaine is out, that's when I will start like before Fontaine comes out, I'll do another tier list. But this time only showing like being like, oh, this character's strong, this character's weak, blah blah blah, all that stuff. But anyways, I hope to see you all in the future. Bye.